Hello viewers, welcome everyone. Today we have Anil Sharma with us. So Anil Sharma is doing his data analytics course from Langara College. So we will get to know a lot about his experience and the kind of training that he gets from his course and the kind of career path lies ahead of his program. Thanks Anil, thanks for joining today.
Thank you, Venki, for having me on the panel. Thank you.
Great. Anil, can you please introduce about yourself, your background?
Yeah, sure, Venki. So before moving to the Canada, I was working professional in India. So I have total 4 years and 4.5 years of work experience in TCS.
All right.
And transportation management. So I was dealing with two international clients. One is Exalta and another one is Ericsson, which is second largest telecom operator. Before that, I have done my BTech, which is bachelor's of technology in computer science from Geetam University, which is in Vishakhapatnam. So, and after like spending 4.5 years of in the corporate, I wrote CAT 2 times, but could not turn my tables. And then I had a couple of options to either go for MBA or pursue some masters. And then I did prepare for GRE as well during that time. I did give my GRE in 19, and I scored 305. And parallelly then I wrote IELTS exam as well, where I got 7 band. And then friend of mine who's already studying in Concordia University kind of convinced me to come to Canada. Okay. He said I was more inclined towards the States, and then he said the PR rules and other things are pretty good here. And then after doing a little bit research from my side, I decided that I would definitely go with the technical degree rather than a management course. And then I applied in a couple of colleges and universities. One of them was Humber College and Advanced Data Analytics course. I got a offer letter from there. Langara is one of them, Conestoga College in Cloud Computing, and there was one Trent University. So I got from these 4, and I did apply in Waterloo University. I did not get from there.
Right.
Since this Vancouver was my first priority as a weather and everything, and the fees was also less then I joined Langara as a data analyst course.
Right.
These are the very brief about me. Yeah.
Awesome. So this particular, why did you want to choose data analytics as your pursuing studies? Is there any specific reason?
Yeah, there was a reason me choosing that data analytics. So while looking for the courses, I told you I had 2 options, either to go for the management courses, just like doing an MBA, and the other one was doing my MS. And the MS also, I was kind of options I was exploring since I was in a functional role. Functional role is nothing but something which is dealing with a client. So I was already handling the management side of role in TCS. And soon I realized in moving world, having a technical degree is more important than management skills, because you would be laid off anytime if you are relying on the management thing, the middle management thing. So that always stuck in my mind. I always wanted to work on my technical skills since I was a computer science graduate as well. So I had 3 options, either to go in cybersecurity, web development, and data analytics or data science. That domain, 3 domains was my prior options. And after just like a newbie, I started seeking knowledge from my seniors, my company colleagues, and I was reaching out people on the LinkedIn and everywhere. So after having thorough investigation, I realized, and I also read an article that data science is one of the sexiest job in 20th century. And couple of all the parameters, I realized data is a new fuel, and I think I should look forward into it. And then I jot down everything and narrowed down my option to data analytics and data science domain. That was the reason behind me choosing this field.
Great. So can you please tell us, I know that you told briefly, but can you please elaborate more on the admission process in Langara College?
Okay, so as I told you, I did apply for a couple of colleges. Langara was one of them where I got a earliest offer letter. And one thing nobody will tell you, when I did apply for the Langara, even after me got an offer letter, couple of my colleagues, I would not say colleague, acquaintance to be more precise, they reach out to me over LinkedIn and others. They also applied to Langara. They never got an offer letter. So one thing I have realized here, if you have a work experience, it is very easy to get a work offer letter from Langara. right now I have a class, like my class has a 20 the strength. All of us have having a working experience. None of us are a fresher here. So one key point to apply in the PDD data analytics is to have a work experience. If you do not have even 1 years, I would advise you to do some internship, show on your resume or something. It's easy to get that offer letter from the Langara.
Right. And after joining the college, Langara College, what did you find that they are doing in a great way, especially particular to this particular program? What are the pros that you have found from Langara College?
So I would tell some pros and cons about this course, which I have realized. Even I had a word with my classmates and seniors, and right now juniors as well. First thing, the course is data analytics. If you dig down, it's more of a data science. They're not gonna focus on data analytics. So visualization would be the like one term thing, and hardly they deal with this SQL. They would not even teach you SQL. An entire course SQL would only would be like 15 days or 20 days in entire 16-month course. They focus on statistics a lot. In every term you have two statistics. They literally dig down and deeper on the statistics part, and they would focus on the R thing. So it's more of a data science domain related rather than a data analytics, I would say. This is the good part, and the people who's looking for data analytics and do not have a prior coding experience, for them it would be overwhelming. I would say the program is very rigorous. I would say we started the 20 classmates. Right now we are 11. 9 failed in the 3 terms. The third term is going on, so it's pretty tough. I would say it's not easy. Like somebody who's not having a prior coding experience, who's finding quite tough statistics, I would advise them to have some Coursera courses or learn something before joining this program. That would help them.
Have some knowledge on statistics before joining this program.
It is must. Even though you can ignore Python for a while, but you can't ignore statistics. That would be your bread and butter to survive in this college.
Right. So I know that you told all our everyone who joined this program came with a work experience as a background. Was all the work experience related to technical side, or how was the mixture of the work experience?
This is a very good question. So the mixture of the class is really good. Like you would not say any domination from any country. Like right now in my class, we are 3 Indians only, and rest of are either from Latin America. Some of them are from China and Taiwan, and as well. This is pretty much mixed up. Having a work experience is mandatory. I believe they do not mention anywhere, but over the time I have realized from my point of view, it is all kind of mandatory. I would say, like even though they would accept or not, but it's kind of mandatory. But it is not required that you come from a technical background only. Since you are into this domain, data science and data analytics is open to every domain, right? So they are pretty okay. If you are, some of my classmates, they have done some CFA or some certification into finance. Some of they are interior designers. Some of they are into other fields. They are doing pretty good. Yeah.
Right. So for this particular program, when one should start the application process?
So there are majorly 3 intakes: January, May, and September. I would advise somewhere start at least 9 months ago. Like if you are planning September intake, you should at any cost should apply in January. By February or March, you will get your offer letter. As soon as you get your offer letter, then rest of things would fall into your bucket, and the visa and all things are like. So I would advise at least go with the 8 to 9 months.
Right. So when the offer letter is provided, is there any deposit expected from the students, and how much is it expected?
Yeah, it's a good question. Once you get an offer letter, at least $6,000 you have to deposit to the university. And once you deposit $6,000, then only your seat would be confirmed. Rest of the amount, your fees, either you can come and pay here, or you can directly deposit from your bank. To secure the seat, yeah, $6,000 is a mandatory thing.
Right. And how much is this program cost from the cost perspective?
Before coming to the Langara, even when I was applying for bank loan, till that time I was not sure about my fee structure. I mailed Langara, and by the way, I did not go through any agent. From starting to end, I have done my all process by myself and with my friend who's in Montreal right now. So he guided me through the process and all. So I did mail to the Langara, and they have given me estimated expenditure for a year, and that comes out to be 23,000 for a year. That was totally wrong. After coming here, I have realized this course has 47 credits. and each credit is for $590. If you multiply 590 with the 47, that's your sum, and each term you have to pay $450 extra, which is like your for library fees, your compass card and all. So you can do the math. Every term 450 plus your $47 multiplied by 590, whatever it comes, like that is your fees. So it, if you add everything, it would be $29,000 some change. I'm not pretty sure about that, but it has 29 to 30,000 CAD.
Right. For a year, this 29,000 CAD will cover your tuition fees, your transportation, everything. But
Everything.
does it also cover your living expense? Like your
No,
room rent, nothing, right?
it's just a tuition fee. So they would not cover any living expenditure here. They would definitely cover your transportation. As long as you are the student, you will get a free compass card, so you can travel anywhere in the Vancouver. But again, for your living expenditure, either you have to do some part-time job or you can rely on your GIC. These are the two options.
Right. So, to all viewers, like just like Anil said, we too, from the Stumblebit perspective as well, we too strongly encourage to do the admission process by yourself. Thereby, you know the exact requirements of the college rather than relying on some agent who might not be knowing as much as the student who is researching on the particular program. So this is a suggestion from to not to get scammed by anyone. Better to do the research and take the responsibility in your hand. That is something that we all like to say, share as well. Great. So so this $30,000 definitely it's a huge amount for a lot of people. So do the Langara College provide any scholarships for students?
Yeah, there are two types of scholarship. I'm not pretty much aware about those. One of them, if you scored some certain CGPA, it's like above 4 and you are not working, and you have to show some proof, income proof and all, that, where you show your bank balance is lower than this certain amount threshold. There is something I'm not pretty sure, so I would not give proper comment on this one. So there is scholarship on this one. Only one type of scholarship, which is very hard to get. None of my classmates got that, because if somebody is coming as an international student, definitely would have some minimum threshold in her or his account. So they would not be eligible for that. Probably it would be for those domestic student.
Yeah. You also mentioned about the GAC, right? So where people will deposit the money from India itself, like a fixed deposit, which they can withdraw after coming to the college here. Yeah.
The moment they have GIC in their account, they are out for the, like they are running out of the what we call it scholarship. They are not eligible for that. Yeah.
So can you please tell us about the visa process after? How was the visa process? Were you?
So I did come in the September intake. So I told you apply 8 to 9 months before. So I applied on December first week, and I came in 2020. I applied on 2019 December, and then in 4 weeks I got my work permit. January sorry about the work permit. It was offer letter. In January I got my offer letter. And I got a 4 weeks from the Langara to deposit the fees. By January end, I deposited my fees $6,000. In Feb, I started working on my SOP. Entire Feb I took, and also I applied for couple of banks for the loan. I got rejection from Axis and SBI since Langara was not pretty clear about the fee structure. It was not clear. And then I moved to HDFC Credila, and they took some time. So by March 19th, I got my on March 19th I filed my visa. I wrote my entire own SAP. Filed my visa by my own on IRCC website through GIC key, and then I wait. That time visas were pretty late. Like I waited almost 95 days, working days, I would say, more than 3 months. By like May end or June first week, I'm not pretty sure, I got my visa. I filed in March, and then June first week I got, and I was well planned. Like I got almost 3 months before that when I flew to Canada. And in June, once I got my visa, well, I started working on my other things. And during that time, I still remember how you reach out to me on LinkedIn. I reached out to many seniors. I was seeking their contact number, one call and all. And I gathered the information. Everybody told me about just learn this and that. So I spent last 3 months in that process and with my family. So it was pretty easy. Like if you plan 9 months should be enough. You should be good with the 9 months if you plan. Right. But at least you need 8 to 9 months. if you gonna give like 5 6 months would be tough. I can say because seats are very less limited here.
Yeah, you said that you have contacted lots of seniors.
Hmm.
So, what was the best suggestion that was very useful for you that you got it from the seniors? What was that specific suggestion that you would like to share, which was very helpful as you move from one country to another country?
So many people, many suggestion. The worst suggestion I got from one of my senior was, "Do not come to Canada." And this is very rigorous program. I don't think so. You can do it since you do not have a programming exposure right now. That was the worst thing, and literally that was before me submitting my $6,000 into the account, and I was skeptical for 3 4 days. Shall I take this course or not? The kind of feedback I got from him. Then again, I reached out to a couple of other seniors, and they were pretty nice. They told me this nothing rocket science. Anybody can do that. Just put a good amount of hours. You can learn things. The only good advice they gave me: work on your Python and work on your statistics. You should be okay. Learn R language if you can, R tool, and you should be good. So they told me one Google data analytics certificate from the Google. They use R language in that, and there's another one through IBM. They use Python. So they suggested me to do the Google one. I did that, and that really helped me to understand my basic concept of the statistics and all the regressions, all the modeling we do. Yeah, those were the best advice I got. Because of that, literally, I'm surviving and doing well here.
Nice, nice. Really, I think that will be a very helpful suggestion that you have given. So I understand this. It's a huge money that people are coming from different country. What happens to those students who couldn't, for some reason, who couldn't withstand? They couldn't pass. They failed. What happens to them?
So if you so there is one more tricky thing is here. In each semester, just to maintain the international full-time student status, you have to take 9 credit. Okay, so if you fail any of the subject, you would not fail all the subject. If you fail one subject, which means any subject would be either 3 credit or 4 credit, you are allowed to take the next term subject. But see, parallelly, you have to take that subject as well. So if you do equation and all, so you can only afford to fail in the first term and second term. Third and fourth you can't afford to. If you fail, you will not be the full-time student. You will treated as a part-time student. In that case, you can't even work as a part-time, and then there will be impact on your work permit as well. So I would say just do whatever you can do. Do not fail any subject in third and fourth term, because equation would be very messy. Because if you fail one subject in the first term, when you are in the second term, you can take other subjects. There are enough subjects. When you are in the third term, the prerequisite for the fourth is the third term subject. It is very difficult. You can't take the equation once you are here. If you see the subjects, then only verbally it's impossible to explain. But the only advice, you can afford to fail in the first or second term. Do not put your hard work. Even your days are bad and like you just couldn't complete the exam and all, but yeah, third and fourth is nightmare. You can't afford. If you fail, then definitely it's gonna impact your work permit later on. Yeah, right. You would not be the full-time student. Yeah,
the course being such a hard tough time-consuming one, how much time do students really get for doing part-time job? Do students go and do part-time job as part of this program?
So to be very honest, in my classmate, we are the 6 or 7 students doing the part-time job. None of these other people are doing the part-time job. Probably they come from a very wealthy family, or we have girls-dominated class. So they're either their husband or partner, they make money or something. They are just simply studying. So the part-timers who are working here, we just work on the weekends. We just either get a 2 days, Saturday, Sunday, or Friday, probably like 4 to 8 hours, so 20 to 22 hours, not more than that. It is very overwhelming, I would say, because the college from Monday to Thursday, you would have a college 4 days. And the college timing would be 2 o'clock to night 8:30 somewhere. Like you would have 2 classes per day or 3 classes per day. So it would depend on the days. But yeah, Monday to Thursday college would be there, and in each term you would have minimum 4 subjects. That is for sure, not less than 4 subjects. And 4 days, 4 subjects with the 4 assignments. All the assignment deadline would be on the Sunday, every night Sunday. So coming from the part-time job and night, just before the call, I did my part-time job. After that, I have to submit one assignment. I would be awake till night. So this is
Wow.
very
Wow.
overwhelming. I would say it is quite tough.
Right, right. Well, thanks a lot for joining then.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
yeah, yeah. But I understand these are like a semester is for 4 months and four semesters, 16 months. So is internship part of this program?
Internship is optional, which is co-op, which is a fifth term. Whether you take it or not is totally up to you. Even I had a word with the seniors. Almost everybody said, "Do not do the internship." Why? Because for the internship is 3 credit, and for the 3 credit, if you multiply 590 into 3, it's like, let's take 600. You have to pay $1,770 to the college. It's not worth it, and you have to find your internship by yourself. It's no point. So you once you are graduate, better go out and look for the opportunities, full-time job rather than finding the internship.
Right.
So I haven't seen any senior who's doing the internship so far.
Right. So the course being 16 month program, what can be the work permit that we can expect? Is it 3 year work permit or is it 16 months? How does the work permit works out?
So in Canada, if you take any courses for the 1 year, you get a 1 year work permit. And by the way, in Canada, 4 terms treated as a one term, one semester. So you can, if your course is 8 to 12 months, it treated as a 1 year only. My course is 16 months, which gonna treated as a 2 years course only. So I would get a 3 years work permit after that.
Nice, nice. So, with coming to the living expense, how much can one expect living expense to be, and what are the things to be taken into consideration?
So Vancouver and Toronto being the most expensive city in the Canada. So to living expense totally depend on your living style, lifestyle, how you live, where you share your room and all. But in Vancouver, if you are sharing your room with, since I'm sharing my room with my roommate, we both are from Langara. So your room rent would be somewhere from 550 to 750, 850. It depends like how big or what is the location. This is the sharing room I'm talking about, 550 to 750, 850, including all the utilities and all. And then you can take $300 to $400 your grocery bill. The rest is like transportation is quite free, and then again it totally depends how much outside you eat, how you spend your money. But you can expect somewhere below 1200, like 1000 to 1200 is the threshold. Yeah.
Right. So you mentioned about the rigorousness of this program, but how is Langara in the college as a college life? What do one can feel in Langara?
Langara is a beautiful college with a beautiful campus. The golf course is really good. You have a lot of even the golf course has a beer bar as well inside the Langara only. It's good. Like for the international student, you will get a lot of facilities. There's a gym, sports teams, and everything is there. And top of that, nobody knows that Langara also support, if you financially weak, they're gonna give you free grocery as well. For the viewers, I'm telling you, there's a program called Community Cupboard Program. If you enroll, it's free of cost. Every month you will get free grocery and $35 coupon for your grocery. It supports the students in that one as well. So life is pretty good, good exposure. I would definitely highly recommend somebody for the Langara, since it's a government college. It's good.
Okay. And for this program, how is the traction with the companies for the job opportunities? I understand from the rigorousness of this program, students get a very great knowledge, understanding on the statistics, which is definitely the foundation for data science for sure. Regardless of the programming knowledge, one will have to use to implement those statistical models. But I'm just curious to know how the job opportunities after getting a degree of this program from your seniors. What did you know?
So in this case, I spoke to, since I'm in third term, my faculty told me in the fourth term you can start applying for the job, and in this term I did not speak much about my seniors, since some of them they did not get a job, and it is it's not good when somebody is not having job and then you are going and poking them, asking when you will get job, what is the opportunity and all. And so I reached out to my faculties, and then they told me once you graduate, it takes 2 to 3 months to find your job. Stick to your domain, do not change, do not fall for other part-time jobs, or do not convert your part-time job into full-time. Eventually everybody would get a job. It's a very holistic program. So yeah, I would say it is, be very bullish about it, be very optimistic about it. The only thing is, if you finish your degree from Langara, PDD data analytics, there is nothing can stop you from the job. I can assure you on the call right now, because the kind of program they have, right, it's second to the none.
Right. Yeah, once if you are skillful enough, then it is a matter of time before you get that interview and you convince you and make the interviewer understand how knowledgeable you are, and that go. That's all that interviewer is one
And
person
yeah,
with knowledge and skill, right? That's
one more thing, apart from all the technical subject, in each term we have subject where, like, it's just one credit subject where they're going to teach you how to face the interview, how your resume should be. Our previous term, one subject was resume preparation, how, what is your master resume, what is your temporary resume, how to make the bullet points and everything. They really focus on this job market. And right now in this term, we would have a lot of mock interviews, like with our faculty. There's a specific faculty would come and take the mock interview. They are in domain specialists, so these are the good thing about here.
right. And I think there is one more point that you mentioned. Do not fall for the part-time job converting to full-time. Please try to stick to the degree that you came from a different country to here, thinking of pursuing a career in a particular field. And if you have taken that big step, it makes more sense to take another few more steps to pursue and find a job related to that particular field which you always wanted to work, for
Yes.
which you came from a different country, right? I think that's a very good advice that you shared as well. Great. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Venki, I would add something here. So I have seen, I'm working in a Softmark, which is a shoe company, as a sales associate. And when I came to Canada, I did work in a Burger King for 2 weeks, and then after that, I worked in a Tommy for 2 weeks. Then I did not like the work over there. Then I switched, because I always, either I wanted a sales or something good, like a part-time job. In the Burger King, I have seen people who has already completed their MBA from like UCW or other university. They were working as a part timer, and after their graduation, they converted into like full timer. These small companies, Burger King, food outlet, they literally make anybody supervisor, anybody assistant manager, anybody, like those small knock away, and student fall for that trap. They think if we get supervisor role or assistant manager role, this is on paper nothing. Their pay would be literally minimum. They are nothing making extra, hardly 50 cents extra than the others. They would fall for it, and they'll join as a full timer and keep doing for the, like, that trap of PR. That is wrong. I would say stick to your skill set. Wait for, because we are here to get a good job, not the PR. PR is a byproduct of a job. Once you have a good job, definitely PR is a byproduct, not the end game. Like, if you have a skill anywhere in the world, you can go and work. It's not that Canada PR something. PR would definitely is the end goal, but it would be a byproduct, not the main goal. Stick to your domain, stick to your studies, what you have studied. Just be patient. Yeah.
Right, true. After getting a PR, what next? Life should always go on, right? So your main skills is something that actually has to keep on. Great. So, can you also speak about the life in Vancouver? Like, how is the weather there?
To be very frank, my life is pretty boring here. So I do not like to go out much. I hardly get a time, because Monday to Thursday I have a college, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday I work, and then assignments are all. I've been to a couple of places like English Bay, and once I've been to Whistler's. My manager is really good. He once asked me, "Have you been anywhere?" I said no. Oh, he said, "Okay, I'm gonna take you." So he took me in his car to the Whistler's. So I've been to Whistler. Whistler is people who don't know, Whistler is the outskirts of Vancouver. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
So Vancouver is overall beautiful place. Like it also called Hollywood of Canada. So if you come here and see the scenic beauty and all, hiking, if you go for the hiking, waterfall and all, these are beautiful. I haven't been to many places, hardly 4 or 5 places I've been, but I definitely, once I complete my program in December, I would explore more places.
Right. I understand between the semesters you will get some break, right, for 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, 2 weeks breaks. In those 2 weeks, I either go out or have some fun with my friends. But for the term, 3.5 months is fully packed. Yeah.
Right. And how one should prepare themselves for the weather in Vancouver, what is your suggestion that someone coming from a tropical country like India should prepare themselves before coming to
To be
Vancouver?
very frank, Vancouver is pretty okay. Like as compared to the other parts of Canada, in the winters, you see it goes -10, -15. Not every day. It's like hardly 10 or 15 days in a week or in a month or so. But yeah, you should be okay. The kind of gears you have here, jackets and all, you should be okay. The only thing is it rains a lot here, so you'd get used to it. Like just how you carry your water bottle, you have to start carrying your umbrellas. That's it, nothing else. Your water shoes and your umbrellas should be your friend, and everything is good. Weather is pretty good here. I survived in the previous winter. It wasn't harsh. It was good.
Right, right. So, coming to the food, what is your advice? Is it advisable? How one should prepare their mind as they come to this new country, specific to the food options?
Those kids who are pampered a lot at home, I would advise them to learn how to cook, because I already knew how to cook. I was out from my family for last 8 years or 9 years before coming to the Canada. So I was pretty good. I cook my food almost every day. Like hardly I eat outside. I do not like personally outside food. First thing, it's quite expensive. You can't save money. It's quite expensive. Second thing, it's not healthy as well. So since I'm a North Indian, but almost 8 years I lived in Visakhapatnam and Hyderabad and all. So rice and curry is my go-to meal. I almost every day eat that. Yeah. So a person who's coming here and very choosy about the food gonna have a hard time. Better you learn how to cook and all. If not, then you have to spend lot of money outside to eat.
Right, right. So great. You shared a lot of valuable information today, Anil. As a concluding note, is there anything specific you would like to share it with the viewers?
Okay, so on the conclusion, I would say if you are planning to make your life or career in data science and data analytics domain, really good program. If you are ready to put hard work, if I'm saying, if you're thinking I can work hard, it's not enough. To be very frank on the camera, it's not enough. You really have to put your heart and soul to complete this course, because passing is a big challenge here. I have seen we started with 20 students, right now 11 left, and 9 people definitely they put their hard work as well. They were also working hard. If 9 failed, which means it's quite difficult course, I would say. So before, if you decided that you want to do this one, fees is, as compared to the other programs in the Canada, data analytics, the fees is slightly cheaper side. So people definitely opt for this program. I would say work on your Python, work on your libraries, pandas, Seaborn, and whatever you can work on. And apart from that, work on statistics, learn the what is categorical, numerical things, and learn couple of modeling, this regression, these other logistic and all. Just if you can't learn, just watch the couple of videos before you come here. Gonna help you a lot. So once you are, and one more question, one more advice: if you are coming for this program, there is one mathematics exam on day 3 or day 4. They're gonna take the entire matrix, integration, functions, and one more topic, yeah, logarithms. Be prepared well. Your 11th and 12th +1 +2, you go through all the courses and all, you should be good. If you fail that exam, 99.99% people fail that, you have to take the 1 credit subject and you have to study everything by yourself. So I was not aware about that. When I came here, I got a surprise on day 3rd or day 4th. I had to write a mathematics exam with a proper explanation and all. My entire class failed except one guy. He passed, fortunately. So logarithms, metrics, functions, and integration. These are your 4 go-to things. Revise them. Come here, you should be fine. Everything would be okay.
Right. So, in case of failing that exam, you told there will be 1 credit you need to take, which you need to study by yourself. And how helpful is that particular 1 credit course? Like all
Mathematics.
the foundations, did they give any curriculum for you to learn? How did that 1 credit help?
To be very frank, that 1 credit mathematics course is useless. They don't teach you anything. They're gonna just give you material. You have to study by yourself, and you have to give the exam at home. I advise you. Why I'm telling you to study? Because you're gonna fail. Then you have to take that 1 credit. You can save $590, which is equivalent to 30,000 rupees, Indian rupees, more than that, I guess. Yeah. So think in that term, you can save 30 to 35 thousand Indian rupees. So study well. Do not fail that exam. in terms of learning, you're not gonna add anything, because there is nobody studies that. And apart from those one credit courses where they're gonna make you learn about the job market, make you attend the online job fairs, and train you how to make your resume, totally worth it. Those one credit courses, totally worth it. Yeah.
Yeah. And coming to this fees payment, I know that you told that $6,000 you have to pay when you confirm the seat, and after that, semester by semester, do students pay the fees upfront for the entire semester, or do they get time for over the semester to pay as they earn from the part time? How does it work?
For the first semester, definitely you have to pay from India only, entire fees. And for the coming semester, you have to pay before the semester starts.
Okay.
Like almost. So like, even though my exams haven't started for this term, I have already paid half fees for my next term. So almost before the next term start, you have to pay almost 1 to 1.5 months before the entire fees. They would not give you 1 day exception also.
Great. Thanks a lot for sharing all the valuable information.
Thank you so much,
Anil,
Venki.
and
Thank you so much for having me. It was pleasure talking to you.
Yeah,
I hope
and
somebody can get benefited through this.
right. And viewers, just as a concluding note, I would like to say this is the journey of Anil, and not two persons' journey are always the same. Take it as a suggestion, take it as an advice in terms of the way that you have to plan your career and your path, and do your thorough research. And as taking Anil's journey as a role model, you please plan yours.
Thank you, Venki. It was pleasure seeing you. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Anil. Thanks for
Yeah.
joining today.